This is a 2005 Suzuki Forenza. Excellent gas mileage. Can't beat them. Hatchback. I love it. Car's just so light on gas. What happened is the timing idler pulleys are plastic, and I had replaced one when the idler pulley went out, jump time, but it had already bent the valves. And this is about 2.5 to 3 weeks setup. Rust 130,000 miles. I had to drop everything to get the oil pan off, and I jacked it up right there on the AC bracket, not the air compressor itself, but the bracket mounted to it, so I didn't want it to break. I had to install that plate and this oil thing. That was a little devil to get off right there. But anyways, I had this main jack here. I got the car sitting on concrete blocks, but you have to undo that motor mount right there in the center of the engine to get the oil pan off and jack the motor up. And after you jack the motor up, get the oil pan off, you gotta let the motor back down. And the reason why, oh God, that hurt. I just need that ratchet. You have to jack the motor down to get a ratchet on the crank to turn it so you can get to the piston rod bolts. And like I said, this car had 130,000 miles on it. It's well worth fixing. There's no way I'm junking it. It's my fault for neglecting, I guess. Well, I didn't know the idler pulley was bad, and they're made out of plastic. But the piston is over here, and I've taken good care of my car. I've always kept oil in it. But as you can see, the type of oil I use is Castrol GTX. And I don't know if you can see this that well, but those oil rings there, inside these oil rings is it's caked up pretty bad. And the oil ring grooves, let's try to get in the sun out here, get a good angle on it. The oil ring grooves, you can see that the oil has kind of turned into a tarry-like substance. And I am very, very, very disappointed with the way the oil has done my engine. In fact, I'm so disappointed that if I'm going to get on the internet, and those oil ring grooves, it was running when it jumped time. It was running great, and it's only been setting up 2.5 weeks. And believe it or not, these rings were stuck, kinda. The compression rings and the oil rings as well, they were stuck. I had to actually pry them out, and I'm disappointed with the oil. So I will be doing research on what kind of oil to put back in there. But the reason this piston's out, you can get the rings off the internet, 30, 40 bucks a box. I got a head gasket, I got head bolts, every gasket I need to work the top end for 40 bucks. Plus the 30 bucks for the cylinder pistons ring set. And I'm gonna hone this out here because it had a mild scratch in it. Really not mild. Almost mild, but not hardly. If it hadn't, and these other 3 cylinders is fine, but since I'm going to put new rings in this one here that's got just a fairly mild scratches in it, and I just caught it just in time. It just done it. I'm going to do them all, and I'm going to have myself a nice little car that's very light on gas. See, I've been feeding that Kia Rondo right there, and trust me, son, that car is hungry. That's a V6, and it loves to eat. This right here is a 4-cylinder, and I can drive this thing to China and back on about 10 bucks. I put about 20 bucks a day in that Kia. I put about 10 bucks every 2 days in this car. So, and I do a lot of running, a lot of traveling. So, but there you go. Took me about an hour and a half. The intake on this vehicle is very easy to get off. You can get to each and every boat. Very easy. Intake, the exhaust, it's easy as well. This is a very simple vehicle to work on. It don't get much easier than this. I've worked on a lot of vehicles, and this one right here is pretty easy. No complaints. I got the oil pan off fairly easy. As you can see, all I have is concrete blocks. If you had a lift and a transmission jack, you know, it'd been much easier, but I don't have that here in my yard. I do have that, but the lift is occupied. But this car is well worth the money. It's a very nice car. I have 4 children, and well, got the doors locked. I've had the carpet out, which I got a mess in there right now. I've had the carpet out 2 times. I took it out, hung it up, steam cleaned it, and it's time for me to do that again. But I'm very satisfied with the car. I'm very satisfied with the gas mileage. You know, it's just a runabout car. You can ride the roads all weekend or whatever you want to do. It's not going to cost you much at all in this vehicle. It's well worth fixing. But anyway, that is your Suzuki Forenza. It's a great car. The heads on these cars are problems. But as long as you take care of it and maintain it and you treat it right, it's going to treat you right. These are not junk cars. These are good cars. You just got to know how to treat them. And, you know, don't neglect them. Keep your oil changed and all that good stuff. Take care of them, they'll take care of you. Well, thanks for watching.